You really should have waited. You took this fight too early.
We're back again with some more boxing news in the boxing world. We got some breaking news. Gary Jonas, Lamont Roach's promoter, says this rematch is a done deal. It's over with. It's going down second time around.
It's gonna be before you're done, because on several occasions, it's almost like you're alluding to, you only have but so many fights left. You're looking to walk away from the game. How close are you to that, being undefeated and unblemished with some big fights out there for you to get?
Stephen A. Smith has voiced strong opinions cautioning Tank Davis against a rematch with Lamont Roach.
That should have been it. That should have been a knockdown. Having said that, let me stand up. Shannon, Ocho, I got to apologize on national television to that brother Lamont Roach. I didn't give him much of a chance in this fight because I thought he was the smaller guy moving up. I didn't expect him to be in the ring bigger. And from opening bell, he walked right to Tank Davis. I was stunned, and the brother can fight. I'm very impressed with Lamont Roach. He put on a great performance, and he wants his love on national television right now. We need to give it to him. This brother is special for the sport of boxing. He can fight, and he can take a punch.
Stephen A. Smith recently apologized to Lamont Roach after underestimating him in his fight against Tank Davis initially. Smith believed Roach was too small to compete, but after witnessing his performance where he pressured Davis throughout the fight, Smith admitted he was wrong. He acknowledged Roach's resilience and fighting ability, especially after Davis took a knee in the 9th round.
What I didn't know is that once Lamont Roach stepped into the ring, he would be the bigger fighter. What I didn't know is that once he was in the ring and he looked like the bigger fighter, he fought like the bigger fighter, because, ladies and gentlemen, from opening bell, he walked right to Gervonta Davis. Walked right to him and stayed in his face all night long. If he backed up at all, ladies and gentlemen, it was 5% of the time. The other 95% of the time, he walked right to Gervonta Davis. Gervonta Davis caught him with some good shots. He took it and then gave it back. Body punches, counter punches, left hook, straight rights. This brother Lamont Roach can fight. And he's beautiful defensively as well. And seemed completely unfazed and undeterred by Tank Davis, a knockout artist.
Citing hair grease in his eyes, Smith now recognizes Roach as a formidable fighter and looks forward to a potential rematch later this year on March 1, 2025. Tank Davis defended his WBA lightweight title against Lamont Roach at the Barclays Center. In Brooklyn, New York, the fight was highly anticipated, with Davis entering as the favorite due to his undefeated record and knockout prowess. Roach, despite being the underdog, delivered a performance that exceeded expectations, challenging Davis.
For me, Tank Davis is fighting a minus 1,600 as your main event odds is crazy to me, dude. That's crazy. That underdog lived up to the hype. He ended up, overperforming. Lamont Roach, credit to him, all this other stuff. And it took some politics to keep Davis as champion. You ever see guys getting the referee their own fight? Dude, anybody else takes that knee, you're getting counted, bro. The referee, actually, his instinct, if you watch that, the referee's instinct was to count. If you notice, Steve Willis started counting, and then he looked at the timekeeper outside the ring, wasn't counting, and he stopped counting. So you get to call your own timeout. Earlier in the fight, if you saw that shoulder barge that Tank did to Roach in the clinch, he didn't get a warning, but Roach's reaction got the warning. This is the politics we're dealing with. You keep doing this, you're looking at short-term money and long-term destruction of a sport.
Throughout the match, the fight's most contentious moment occurred in the 9th round when Davis took a knee, citing vision issues caused by grease from his hair entering his eyes. Referee Steve Willis did not count this as a knockdown, a decision.
Guy from a division lower moves up and gives Tank Davis his toughest fight. I thought beating him on the inside, making him miss, putting offense behind defense after making him miss, being more active. Obviously, Tank's going to have the edge in power. Tank is going to have the edge in power strikes. I think ultimately the stats spoke to that. I don't think that this was a disaster. I think it'd be strong to call it a disaster. The fight was not great up front. The fight was not great in the middle, but it was very good. Not amazing, but definitely very good down the stretch.
That has been widely criticized. The match concluded with one judge scoring at 11-15-13 in favor of Davis, while the other two scored at 1-14. 11-14, resulting in a majority draw.
I just so happen to be a boxing fan that the fact that I do watch him fight, you know what I'm saying? Like, I really like boxing.
Are you open to immediate rematch?
In my contract, immediate rematch was signed. I signed for the immediate rematch when I signed for the first fight.
Right.
Just in case he lost or just in case it was a draw.
So when you got a rematch clause, how long we taking?
It's up to the A side and when they want to fight. So I'm thinking it's going to be soon. I'm hoping it's going to be soon. Let's say that.
What is soon to you? When you say soon to me, I'm thinking a month.
I'm thinking July.
I'm thinking July for sure.
This outcome allowed Davis to retain his title, but sparked immediate debate. Over the fairness of the decision, Lamont Roach Jr. has expressed a strong desire for a rematch with Tank Davis following their controversial majority draw on March 1st at Brooklyn's Barley Center.
It ain't no timeouts in boxing. Why are you taking? You know that. You should know that. So that's the thing where I'm like confused because that's supposed to be a knockdown. That's a 10-8 round. If that's a 10-8 round, I win the fight. So, you know what I'm saying? Like that draw turned into a 114 my way.
The bout concluded with one judge scoring it 11-15-13 in favor of Davis, while the other two judges had it even at 11-41-14. A pivotal moment occurred in the 9th round when Davis took a knee citing an eye irritation, but referee Steve Willis did not rule it a knockdown following the bout. Roach's team appealed the decision, but the New York State Athletic Commission upheld the draw.
Gervonta Davis gets a controversial draw against Lamont Roach. 2025 NYC. Both men start the fight wrapped in caution tape while downloading using their powerful Intel Core processors. Tank then begins playing a game of Tom and Jerry as he scurries around the ring, baiting Roach to chase him. Lamont soon starts landing sharp counters as he times Tank, who's dropping low. But Gervonta's cannon straight left soon finds its way home like it's using Google Maps. However, Roach also continues touching Tank with counters during their exchanges. But the Baltimore native's straight left keeps repeatedly connecting like AT&T, walloping Lamont as he angles around him with the geometric brilliance of Pythagoras. By round 6, though, Davis is taking control by investing in the breadbasket like he's a Stella Doro stockholder, while also cracking Roach's Liberty Bell like they're in Philly. But at this point, Lamont's titanium-dipped chin is rearing its head.
This outcome led to Davis being removed from the Ring Magazine's pound-for-pound rankings, with David Benovitz taking his place. Roach, feeling he won the fight immediately, called for a rematch, stating, "I hope to be a multi-divisional world champion, and this is a fight that will solidify the legacy I want to have."
Performance for sure. I'm definitely happy with my performance. I'm just a little frustrated with the scorecards. I thought I should have won. And I thought I should have won a competitive fight. I think I did what I needed to do necessary to bank the rounds, and even without the knee, that should have been a knockdown. So, you know, I don't think there's any excuse for me not to win tonight, but that's just how the cookie crumbled.
There's a few things I want to dissect about the fight. Let's just start off with the beginning. It seemed like a little bit of a cagey opening on both behalves, both of you just trying to figure each other out. What was your initial thoughts of those first 3, 4, 5 rounds whilst you were both getting to grips with each other?
Just getting the information, seeing how he react to certain stuff. I'm pretty sure he was trying to do the same thing. And you know, he's an excellent fighter. He's undefeated for a reason. With a 97% knockout, I mean, it ain't that no more. But you know what I'm saying. But with a 90% knockout ratio and everything like that, you know, it take a little thinking in there. It's a thinking man's game, especially when it's on that type of level.
Lamont Roach Jr. took to social media to further fuel the controversy, posting a cryptic yet confident tweet that read, "Word round the block, your all-favorite fight. Finey 31-301 2XX2 division champ."
Can you describe what the feeling was like in the ring? And was it to get the towel out, to get the burn out of your eyes, or what was going on? And
I didn't want to get caught. I didn't want to get caught while my eyes was burning. And you know, like, you can get knocked out like that. So I'd rather take the knee than, you know. But I didn't really know that you can like get disqualified for all that. Or like when you start counting, I'm like, what the hell? But I don't know. It's cool.
The message, which quickly gained traction among boxing fans, suggests that Roach is not only expecting a favorable ruling on his appeal, but also implying that Tank Davis's undefeated record may soon be tarnished. Critics claim that Davis intentionally took a knee in the 9th round against Roach to disrupt his opponent's rhythm and regain control of the fight by voluntarily going down Davis May.
What was going through your mind when you heard the decision?
Nobody like a draw, you know, from a guy that get knockouts and things like that, but it's cool. I feel like if we fight again, I could do more, and I should have did more. I was lost in the, I lost track in the rounds. That's why we need, what is it called? Yeah, man. I didn't know what round it was. Facts.
Tank, Eric Blum from DailyMail.com. First off, your coach just said, can you confirm, did you get your hair done 2 days before the fight?
Yeah. I ran water over it today, but I must ain't do it enough.
Can you describe what the feeling was like in the ring? And was it to get the towel out, to get the burn out of your eyes, or what was going on? And
I didn't want to get caught. I didn't want to get caught while my eyes was burning, and you know, like, you can get knocked out like that. So I'd rather take the knee than, you know. But I didn't really know that you can like get disqualified for all that, or like when you start counting, I'm like, what the hell? But I don't know. It's cool.
Have been seeking a few extra seconds to recover, rather than risk being overwhelmed by Roach's aggressive attacks. Many fans and analysts view this as a veteran tactic designed to break Roach's momentum. Davis clarified that the incident stemmed from a hair treatment he had undergone 2 days prior to the fight. He explained that the grease from the treatment mixed with his sweat during the match, causing a burning sensation in his eyes, addressing the audience's reaction during the post-fight. Interviewed Davis expressed frustration over the boos, emphasizing that his actions were a genuine response to the unexpected irritation and not an attempt to manipulate the fight's dynamics.